This week, the discussion on the upcoming Israeli military operation in Rafah took center stage. Rafah is located at the southmost of Gaza Strip, neighboring to Egypt. Now, more than 1 million displaced Palestinians currently live in Rafah and surrounding areas. For Israel, the government believes that this is the last stronghold of Hamas. They have to wipe out possible Hamas militants in Rafah. For the United Nations, well, and most of the international communities, the concern is still the same: disproportionate reaction and collective punishment on Gaza people. To be exact, two things are vitally important here. First, where can those civilians go, given the fact that the North has already been pretty destroyed by the war? And second, what destiny will it be for the most important humanitarian delivery corridor, a Rafah border crossing? What is the position of the Secretary General on this offensive? Did he feel disappointed, worried, concerned, condemned?
Look, we saw again Palestinians being killed yesterday. What we need is a humanitarian ceasefire. The Secretary General feels it's extremely important to have this humanitarian ceasefire. We also saw yesterday the release of two Israeli hostages, which we very much welcome the fact that these two have regained their freedom, and it's important to see the immediate and unconditional release of all remaining hostages.
So, in exchange of more than 100 deaths of Palestinians,
I think
that's what happened.
I understand what you're asking. What I'm saying to you is that we want to see a stop to the civilian deaths, right? We've condemned over and over again the deaths of civilians. We also want to see all the hostages released.
Another development here is yet another potential Security Council draft resolution. Represented by Security Council member state Algeria, Arab countries submitted a new draft resolution demanding yet again, yes, an immediate ceasefire. According to Riyad Mansour, permanent observer of the State of Palestine to the United Nations, the group of countries had meetings with almost every Security Council member states and gained what they called massive support. But the question remains, will the U.S. veto the draft resolution? Last year, neither of the two resolutions adopted by the Security Council mentioned about ceasefire because of the objection of the United States. Will it be different this time? Legendary UN reporter Edith Lederer asked this question.
Linda Thomas Greenfield made clear that the United States opposes the Algerian draft resolution. And what makes you think that this resolution could be adopted with such a negative response from the United States?
We as Arab group and also a smaller group from the Arab groups, we had, very frank discussions with the representative of the United States, Linda. And we appreciate her efforts for engaging her government in Washington to see that there is a strong call from the entire international community to act and the Security Council to act. We appreciate that. But of course, the internal business of the United States is their business. We believe that it is high time now for the Security Council to decide on a humanitarian ceasefire resolution.
So, did the ambassador answer this question? After the stakeout, we, UN correspondents on site, unanimously believe it's a big no, which means there's no guarantee that U.S. will let this draft resolution pass if it remains unedited. So we do hope the Council itself could be as united as us, the correspondents, to cover the UN. That's all from me this week.